What's up, guys? So what did we see today? We saw Halo Infinite. I want to rewatch the gameplay demo. Kind of watch it like frame by frame almost, and kind of take a look and see what was really going on. So I'm going to switch on over to this, and that on. Let's take a look.
Am I dead already? I must be. I mean, this is a punishment, right?
167 days after we lost. Well, first let's see. May 28th, 2560. May 25th, 2560. When does Halo 5 end? Take place? So Halo 5 Guardians takes place in the year 2558. Set 8 months after the events of Halo 4. So they say 147 days after we lost. So that means the war started. So the war took place like a year, and then it was like another half. So it's been like a year and a half. It's been at least 2 years. But they lost like 6 months into it. So the war with Cortana, I guess is what they're talking about, took place. And it was only about 6 months. Okay.
This is a punishment, right? Yep, this is death. No! No! No, 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 no! This isn't happening. I'm going to have to make an emergency landing. Hold on,
Okay, so it looks better than when it was streamed. I think the compression for the streaming made it kind of look a little bit shittier than it actually does, because it already looks a little bit better.
No! No! You! I can't stand it! Who you are.
Breathe.
No! You don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to tell me anything. We're... Are you even listening?
I count 3 anti-aircraft cannons.
3 what?
You'll be safe here.
Oh, I'll be safe. Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the band.
A lot of people were talking about the lighting. I think again that some of that had to do with streaming, because this looks really good. Like the lighting here looks really good. People said that like Chief's armor looked plastic. I think it looks like classic Halo 3, honestly, more than anything. And it does look more metallic in this trailer than it did in the showcase, in the demo. So, continue.
Finished.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war,
What is the word he just said?
I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we get away from here. Far away.
Wait.
No, I saw condors over there.
Condors. Condors. Look at what a condor is. Con. So condor is kind of like the pelican that you flew in Halo 5. So those are confirmed. They're like Pelican gunships. Oh, they were in Halo Wars 2. Okay. Oh, I remember these. Yeah, they're like juiced up pelicans, pretty much. That'd be dope if you got to fly one of those things. Here, I'll show you guys what it looks like. That's a condor. Yeah. So yeah, I remember this from Halo Wars 2. That could be really cool. Especially if you get to fly those. I mean, we don't know how big this world is. Like, there might be space battles. There might be, you know, we have no fucking idea. In multiplayer, we don't know the extent of what Forge is going to be, and I mean, they could get real fucking crazy with this game. They could get real crazy. Let's continue.
I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we get away from here. Far away.
Wait here.
Oh, please. Let me see what I can find.
Cannons first. When I get back, we can look. Together.
Okay, big guy.
Okay. So right off the bat, the AR is very reminiscent of the Halo Reach assault rifle. Which, you know, I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. Looks like a little bit of an upgrade to the design of the radar, which, you know, small. The HUD still gives you that feel of being in a helmet, but not like super overbearing like it was in Halo 4 and Halo 5 campaign. Like, I feel like it was very intense. Like, it was too much. So the HUD looks good. You can see your objective list in the top left. And I wonder if anywhere you can see right now you can go to. Like, obviously, I don't think you're going to be able to traverse the whole ring. I don't think that's the thing. I think that's just part of the skybox. But like that structure up and to your left, I can't tell if those are like these up here. I can't tell if those are like trees or if that's like an enemy. Like, you can get up there. Oh, they're trees. But it does look like you might be able to like traverse that area. It doesn't look like it's part of the skybox. It looks like it's part of the map. Yeah, you definitely can get up there, right? I like the wildlife. We're gonna be pausing a lot. I like the wildlife. I think it brings like a reality to the world. I feel like some of the other Halos were really missing that. You had it in Reach a little bit. But this looks like it's going to be more in depth. Okay, so off the back, you do see a little bit of bloom when you shoot. But it doesn't look like it affects the actual firing of the gun. It looks like it just is there for like display. It doesn't look like it affects your bullet spread, similar to like Halo 5. It doesn't so you're not gonna have to like pace out your shots like you did in Halo Reach. And also hit markers obviously confirmed for Halo Infinite. You can also see there's two different grunt designs. So you have the more classic grunt design from the earlier Halos, and then the newer ones from Halo Reach 4 and 5. So these are like the Halo 3 kind of grunts. So there's two different types of grunts, which is interesting. How they're kind of like blending the old with the new in that regard. The shielding recharging is kind of cool. I don't know if that's going to be a little bit too distracting in multiplayer. We'll just have to see. Also, his shields seem to go up pretty quick. Let's see. I mean, I guess that's about right. Like, I want to know what's all like over here. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think you can. It looks like you'll probably be able to traverse those areas and like go explore over there. I mean, even this looks like it'd be cool to explore. And clearly there were other humans here, because we got off of a ship. This isn't the ship we got off of. So whatever Halo ring we're on, there either were or are still other humans. See that right there? That kind of threw me off. And later on, we'll see another one fly, and it kind of looks a little clunky. I don't know if that's just because it's a demo and maybe not like a final build or final showing of the product, but it does look a little clunky as far as how they fly. It also kind of looks real tiny. I don't know. It looks small, like a Phantom, I guess, from that distance. Maybe, I don't know. It just feels like in the other ones. What's up, Hawk? It feels like in the other ones they seemed much bigger from that height. Maybe it's a lot farther than I think it is, but it does look small. Already better than Halo 5. I mean, that's not a hard thing to accomplish. I don't think is being better than Halo 5. I like the ambient noises of the birds chirping. I think that's pretty cool. I think the Warthog sounds cool. The environment reacts to you approaching, so the environment like the birds fly away as your vehicle pulls up. Neat. Now this is pretty fucking cool. So it says TAC map, upgrades, and database. Upgrades. I'm curious on what upgrades means. I'm curious on what upgrades mean. Is that upgrades to your suit, like upgrades for the chief? And if so, is that like an upgrade to your grappling hook? Is that an upgrade? Like, what does that mean? And does that mean they're going for more of like an RPG, like a like style of gameplay where you like can level up the chief? I don't know. And then you can't really see because the thing's in the way, but it also says view missions there at the bottom. So view missions, that means that you could probably take on multiple missions at a time. And it does look like all this is traversable, and that maybe like this section of the map is unlocked later on. That's cool. Also, okay, so it says this is like one of the little mini missions, I guess. It says we're not leaving the island until we've taken out the banished anti-aircraft cannons. There are 3 of them. They're heavily defended. Proceed with caution. I'm guessing that this is a guess. I'm guessing this is the XP that you get for completing this. And then this is the difficulty rating. So it's not like you beat the campaign on legendary like in other Halos. I'm assuming that certain things, like maybe this one has a heroic rating, and this one has a, you know, normal. Maybe one of these has an easy. Like, I'm assuming that certain things are going to be legendary, because if getting this gun battery is normal, now is this guy just playing on normal, or is that specific gun battery a normal mission as opposed to a legendary or heroic mission? I don't know what these are. I have no idea what these are. Like Mass Effect type level system, maybe. I like how the map system works though. That looks really cool. It also gives you the option to set a waypoint for yourself. I think that's what this thing is up here. They put a waypoint down. Let's go back a little bit. I want to see what that said. Like a plasma pistol. Okay, so now you'll notice here he doesn't aim down sights with this pistol or with the assault rifle. Like in Halo 5, you can aim down sights with every gun. I don't know if that's gonna be. I don't know if that's gonna be the same. You see him aim down sights for like a second later on, I noticed, but I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that with, like, say the assault rifle like you could in Halo 5, because he doesn't do that once. I will say that when I saw him sprint for the first time, I was like, fuck, that's a big hit. But I can deal with sprint because you also don't ever see him boost. Like, you don't see him thrust forward, backwards, and all that stuff. So maybe as long as there's not both, the movement speed won't be crazy like it is in Halo 5. I like the art style of the elites. Oh, this is interesting. Pick up pulse carbine. Assault rifle plasma burst. Assault rifle plasma burst. That could mean that the weapons are customizable. I don't know. But let's see if other weapons are broken down into 3 categories like that. Interesting. You also can see some needlers, like some OG needlers in the background here. Assault rifle plasma burst. Like, can you pick up a... let's see if that had it too. Sorry, I know we're stopping a lot. I don't want to miss anything. Tactical rifle, kinetic auto. That seems like a big hint towards weapon customization. If you can have a, like, what if you can get the VK7, whatever the fuck it's called, the commando? Like, what if you can get the commando as a plasma burst? You know, like, what? It seems strange that they would split up every single weapon in terms of three different categories. It seems like those categories might be able to be switched out, which would be interesting, especially for multiplayer. It's like, what if my BR shoots like a, I don't know, a sentinel beam shot? I don't fucking know. I'm just saying. Also, the button layout that he has is kind of interesting. You'll notice that it's left trigger to throw a grenade and not left bumper like it was in Halo 5. Assuming he's playing on default. So I'm also guessing that the aim down sights is triggered the old way by using the sticks, as opposed to left trigger to aim down sights, and that also you don't hover when you aim down sights. He didn't jump and aim down sights during this trailer or demo, but I'm just assuming, I guess. Okay, so that's where he aims down sights with the commando. It's a very quick aim down sight. So and it looks like he takes damage. He aims down sights, takes damage, it immediately de-scopes him. So that's good. At least it's not like Halo 4 where when you get shot, you don't de-scope, you flinch. It didn't look like him getting shot affected his reticule at all. It looked like it kind of stayed on point even though he gets shot. So maybe they took flinch out and replaced it with de-scope, which I really prefer compared to the Halo 4 way of things. Yeah, that might get fucking distracting. The shields going up takes up a lot of screen. So this is interesting. The whoever's playing specifically shoots this brute in the leg, which makes it stumble and slow down while charging him. I wonder if there's a similar aspect of that in multiplayer. I'm not sure. But you'll notice that he's running out of full speed. He stumbles after he gets shot in the leg, which brings his head down low. Lines him up for extra. So what we got here? We got spiker grenades. So those are back. Drop wall, which is kind of like their version of a bubble shield, but you can shoot out of it. You just can't get shot while you're behind it. And fusion coil. Like, are you? So that's an interesting little clip too. There's so much to like. There's so much in this fucking demo. So are you going to be able to pick up every fusion coil that you walk by? And is that going to be like a super risky play? Like you pick up a fusion coil and go to throw it and someone shoots it while it's in your hand and it fucking kills you? I don't know. Yeah, he's very clearly able to shoot outside of that. So, okay, there's a slide there. Let's see. I want to see him slide again.
This is the
But that's pick up Ravager. See, every single one of these guns have been broken down into 3 categories: launcher, plasma, and burst. I don't know, man. That kind of looks like there might be some weapon customization. Who knows? As we saw earlier, it looks like you gain XP for each mission you complete, and depending on whether the mission's a normal mission, a heroic mission, or a legendary mission, that might affect how much XP you get. Maybe with XP you unlock different stuff, and this is all campaign. I'm assuming that since they said they're focusing on the sandbox and multiplayer, that everyone's going to have the same base weapons in a multiplayer game. Unless it's like specific, like, you know, create a class style playlist where you get to use your own guns and stuff like that, which could be cool. As long as it's not like this guy has a battle rifle. I just don't want people to start with power weapons, pretty much. I think Halo's at its best when you're fighting for map control rather than spawning with a saw or whatever the fuck. Now this is interesting because, like I said, it looks like you can go to these places. Like, this looks like something you can definitely get to, which means you can go all throughout here. And if that's the case, I mean, this map is huge, man. I mean, it is huge. So that's exciting. I mean, you could see little installations all throughout it too. You can see little coves of where there might be enemies, you know, all throughout this area. Whatever the fuck that is. Okay, yeah, this is like the worst thing in this entire. This is like the worst thing in this entire demo, is the way that this thing flies. I do not understand why it does what it does. It doesn't make sense to me. Like even right here, it just looks so. Maybe it's not a Phantom. Maybe it's like a miniature. Maybe it's like a miniature. It looks so small, right? It looks so small compared to like how big a normal Phantom would be at that size. Maybe that's like a brute version of a Hornet or something like that. I mean, that's how small it is. I mean, it has the setup for a Phantom, but it just looks like one person is driving that thing. Maybe it's like a brute version of a Hornet, which might also explain why it flies so clunkily. Yeah, what is that little dip it did? It's gross. Get it out of here. Look at that. Like what the adjustment throws me off. I don't know, that bloom does look a little. Bloom looks a little suspicious, dog. Sorry, I'm just gonna see this again. I'm gonna run it back real slow. Because I'm curious if it affects the actual like bullet trajectory the faster you shoot it. Because if that's the case, man, that sucks. But then again, it could just be a campaign thing. We literally have no idea what multiplayer is even gonna look like. Let me see. It looks like it might. It looks like it might affect your aim, but I don't know. Hold on. What did that say? So this gun wasn't split up into 3 different categories. So this gun was just what it is. RB to vent? What is this? What is vent? Vent. What could that mean? I must sound so dumb right now. Like, does that mean to like open a vent, to like open a crawl space, or is he like venting something? Oh, because the gun is overheating. Okay. So it's like reloading for this type of weapon. Okay. Updated. Well, let's take a look at what's in this room. And this is another gun that isn't split up into 3 sections. I wonder why some are and some aren't. Like, are precision weapons, are they the only ones that split up? And this is kind of like a new take on a Mauler. It's like a long distance Mauler. That pings your objective, tells you where to go. Pistols also don't have 3 different options. So like if you get shot right here, Like while you're holding this, I'm assuming that it's like a one-shot kill. Like, I'm assuming that you die instantly if someone shoots you while you're holding this. I have to admit, I really like the enemy design, though. I feel like they really took a classic approach to designing the brutes. The brutes look like they did back in the day. The grunts, kind of 50-50. Some of them look like new age grunts. The other ones look like old school grunts. What is this? Pick that up, we're done. Okay. What is this thing called? Pick up the CQS-48 Bulldog. Shotgun, kinetic, spread. Okay. Maybe power weapons can be configured differently. Maybe that's what that means. What the fuck is going on here? What is this? Hold on, there's a lot of things that popped up on screen there. Pulse carbine. Carbine again. See, this plasma pistol is different. This plasma pistol is split up into those three categories. Needler, SMG, kinetic, auto. Plasma pistol, pistol, plasma, charge. Very strange. I don't know why some are and some aren't. The other plasma pistols literally just said plasma pistol. Maybe it means nothing. Maybe I'm just looking way too much into it, but it does seem strange that some of them are split up into 3 different sections and other ones aren't. Like maybe they're upgradable or something.
This war months ago. Your people are broken, scattered, hunted, defeated.
Honestly, if you look at the top, even the shotgun, it has notches for attachments. It will load. VR had the same type of design. Notches for attachments. Oh, the ridges? Up here, you mean? Talking about like up here above your health bar on the gun? Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like maybe this is like the iron sights version, but you can put a scope on it. Like you could put a BR scope on it. Or a different muzzle. I see what you're saying. I don't know. I maybe not though, because they I don't think they would classify weapons into 3 parts like that, like for no reason. I feel like anyone that plays Halo knows what a plasma pistol is. You don't need to put charge, plasma, and pistol for a plasma pistol, you know? Maybe you can make a plasma pistol auto fire, you know? or you know, overcharge it or something. I don't know.
The UNSC lost this war months ago. Your people are broken, scattered, hunted,
Get a different haircut there.
defeated,
I think this game takes place over a couple of months because this little
hunted.
hold on.
She lost this war months ago. Your people.
So here he has, if that's the same dude, I don't know his name. If that's the same dude you're with, the chief, who's with the chief when he lands on this planet or this ring, he has a shaved head here. Then again, this could take place after, so maybe the guy shaves his head. But maybe this takes place before, and he has a shaved head, and then in the very next scene,
Broken,
in the very next scene,
hunted.
he's got really long hair and a full beard. So either this game, I mean, this is when he first finds Chief.
Defeated by me.
So I don't know the timeline of the cutscenes though.
I wish I could tell you it was difficult, but it wasn't.
So we got Infinity, some Oni symbols, ODST, Infinity.
We are one step ahead. Always.
I wish I could read what that said. It's so small.
The ring is already under our control. Soon, the auditorium.
I mean, Chief looks really good here, though. I love, dude. I'll say this, dude. I love how they went back to the old school armor, the old school Mjolnir armor. It looks so much better. It looks so much better than what they were trying to push with the football helmet in Halo 4 and Halo 5. I think they did a really good job designing his armor. I mean, they didn't even really design it. They just kind of copied what the old ones did, but it looks better. It looks way much better. Way much.
As well. The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We share the same goal.
I don't know what the auditorium is. I have no idea. I don't know if that's ever been mentioned. I mean, I've read some of the Halo books, but not all of them. And I've never heard of the auditorium. The ring is already. It says ring. The ring is already under our control. Soon the auditorium is as well.
Harbinger and the Banished share.
And I don't know what the Harbinger is. I don't know what the fucking gnat in here. I don't know what the Harbinger is either.
The same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriox.
Something like the Ark, maybe. He said, "Honor the will of Atriox." Honor the will is an interesting. Honor the will is an interesting way to say that because it kind of sounds like. Atriox is dead. Also, you know, just fucking spitballing, but like. To honor the will. Honor the will. Halo Wars 2 campaign. I know who Atriox is, but did he die at the end of Halo Wars 2? I don't remember the ending. Did Atriox die at the end of Halo Wars 2? In the DLC? Because what he just said makes it sound like Atriox might be dead. He said, "We do this to honor the will of Atriox." Yeah, maybe Atriox is dead. I don't know. From what it sounded like, he said from what he said, it sounds like Atriox might be dead. Honor the will of Atriox. Why? If he was alive, I feel like he would say something more like, to instruct the will of Atriox, to push the will of Atriox, to, you know, but not honor the will of Atriox. Kind of sounds like he's doing this in honor of him, like he's pushing his campaign in honor of Atriox's memory, almost. That's what it sounds like to me, at least.
Without challenge, I grew weary, lost, alone. But here you now stand.
I don't know why the brutes are all bald. And this kind of does look a little low textured, man. Well, it doesn't look bad. But I think that this game is going the route of like Halo 3, where it's in-game cutscenes, where it's not like Halo 2 Anniversary, where the cutscene is like a pre-rendered, you know, movie clip or something like that. In Halo 3, all the cutscenes were built within the game. It looks like they're kind of going the same route, where like the cutscenes are going to look exactly the same as the game does. It's not going to be like a massive difference between like how they did in Halo 5 or Halo 4. Looks like the cutscenes are like in-game cutscenes, if you know what I mean.
This is my last fight. A true test of legends. Our story will outlive us both. Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs. Fight hard. Die well.
I mean, the music sounds fucking amazing. I mean, the music sounds great, dude. I like the music. Definitely gets you pumped. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look bad. He really doesn't look bad, the character model. I don't know why they're bald. In Halo Wars 2, the last thing they did was defeat a grave mine-like enemy after taking High Charity, and Atriox is seen taking in what is his troops acquired. Taking in what his troops had acquired. Holiday 2020. Like I stated earlier, I don't think they released a release date, because the game is supposed to launch the same day the Xbox Series X does, and they haven't said what day that's going to be. So I think they're waiting to say when Halo Infinite comes out to say when Xbox Series X comes out. It just feels like they're running out of time. I mean, how many more months until December? It's already almost August. They have less than 5 months to get the Series X and Halo Infinite out at the same time. They're cutting it kind of close on the timeline. I'm pretty sure we'll get a beta of some sorts, probably a month before the game comes out. So beta has to be ready in 3 months? Beta has to be ready in 3 months. At least at the very, maybe not change anything in the game, but at least to stress test their servers. They have to. If they just release this game without a beta, there's no way that this is going to work as expected on launch. They have to release some sort of way to test their servers to make sure that the shit isn't fucked. Because when MCC came out, the shit was fucked. I mean, and a lot of people are looking at Halo 5 as like, oh, well, they released their beta a year before. That's a little strange for a company to do, to release a, like, I don't know of any other game that released a beta a whole year in advance of the launch of the game that they were betaing. Betaing. I don't know of any other company that's done that. Most companies, I think, release a beta about a month out And they're not a beta in the sense of, you know, PUBG was in beta for like 2 years. It's more of like a beta just to like make sure like any minor fixes and stuff like that. Also, if people are, upset about the way the game looks, graphical updates can be released literally day one patch. You know what I mean? That can literally be a day one patch, depending on what console you're playing it on. If you're playing it on the Series X, you might get a graphical upgrade, or Windows 10, you might get a graphical upgrade. Probably not on the Xbox One, probably not on the Xbox One X, but on PC and Series X, if they are working on some sort of graphical upgrade, that'll probably be available to the people that are playing on those specific systems, I would assume. It's definitely not going to look the same across all 3 platforms. But graphical upgrades could literally be pushed out day of. What we're seeing right now might not look the same, and that's why I'm not really concerned on graphics. One, I think it looks good. I don't think it looks revolutionary. I don't think it looks like I do think it looks somewhat different than Flip Engine. I think it looks somewhat different than where's the actual trailer? I think it looks different than this, for sure. Let's compare. I'm curious. Because I mean this looks amazing. There's a big difference between this and what we're seeing in the demo. There's a big difference already. This was 2 years ago. Yeah, I mean this looks fucking spectacular. I would hope that it would look at least this good. I mean, this was 2 years ago. And that demo does not look this good. It looks good, but it doesn't look this good. Definitely doesn't look this good. So I'm hoping, I guess it's just like positive thinking, that maybe there is some sort of graphical update that comes out to the Series X and the PC that maybe the original Xbox One doesn't get. Or maybe that the demo is an older build and isn't quite as finished. I saw something online that the demo would have been built for E3 and that the trailer is probably newer, and that's why the two kind of look different. But neither one of them look this good. The trailer or the demo don't look this good. I mean, you can see the details on their cloth, of their clothing. Yeah, I mean, even his armor doesn't look as detailed in the demo. Like his visor is actually reflecting the area around him. Now, maybe that happens. I don't know. We don't get to see someone looking at Chief walking around the environment, but and the opening cutscene looked really, really good too. For the demo, when they were putting together his armor, and it was either Halsey or Cortana talking. That looked really good. Sorry, I just want to see that again. Now, and granted, the area that we were in the demo could just be one small area on one huge map of one huge world that we can explore. And there might be an area that looks exactly like this. Maybe shit gets progressively more fucked up as you go throughout the campaign.
Games play best on Xbox One.
There was another trailer. This guy's always taking a nap, man.
Warning. Warning. Pressure building in lines 4, 17, and 33. Pressure building in lines 4, 17, and 33. Pressure building in lines 4, 7. Protocol accepted. Breach detected.
So him and the chief are together for a while because he has time to grow out a full beard, like a full homeless beard, and long hair.
Daddy's listening. Can you say hi?
Hi.
And how big are you?
How big are you?
Can you tell Daddy how big you are? Are you so big?
So big.
And can you sing?
Tingle.
Good singing. How about I miss you
Miss you.
and I love you.
I love you.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you, Daddy.
And I can't wait to see you.
Okay,
you
well
say
he
see
grows
you?
the beard out within that time.
Good, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Gotcha. But maybe they aren't together very long. So that's just to show you how long he's been alone on that ship.
Signal detected. Signal detected. Tag designation. Friendly. Signal detected. Tag designation. Friendly. Signal detected. Tag designation. Friendly. Signal detected. Tag designation.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216. Can you hear me? This is UNS.
We know that this takes place after the war with Cortana. 167 days after they lost, but it takes place 2 years later, which means they lost the war within 6 months. Around 6 months. They lost the war within the first like 5 to 6 months. Cortana.
Looks like the main power cells are fried. Auto shut down. Triggering survival mode. I'm going to try to override it.
And that's just simple math, my boys.
Okay. If you can hear me in there, I hope you're ready. Please don't die. Please. Don't die. Yes! Yes!
I'm assuming this is the very beginning of the campaign.
We're going home!
This is the part where he pulls up a fucking panel and says, Chief, can you look up for me? Okay, now down. Okay, up again.
Oh, welcome back, Chief. I rerouted what little power I had into your suit. Looks like there's a problem with the servos in your hands. Stay calm. You've been out there a while. I saw something in here to check your armor's diagnostics. Whoa, easy there, big guy. You're not...
Status report.
Status report? What? There's something you need to see, Chief.
I wonder if the UNSC is even still a thing. Like, maybe humanity has been straight up fucking defeated. Like, we lost the war, but like, what does that mean? Are we fucking donezo?
We lost. Lost everything.
What does everything mean?
There's nothing left for us here. I don't think we're here is. No. Not then. Not again. We need to run.
No, we need to fight.
Chief, you don't know. You were asleep, dog. You
Get
have no
ready.
idea. Still holiday. That's like Cortana's song.
I chose you because you were special.
So she's definitely in the game. Maybe she's the Harbinger.
I knew we would be perfect together. And I was right.
I'm thinking that the Banished are a villain, but Cortana is still the main antagonist. I think the Banished are a villain, but the Cortana is still like the main baddie. Because of that trailer right there. And also, like, that's a huge storyline for them to just be like, yep, time for Banished. Time for the Banished to be the bad guys. So I'm thinking that that maybe she's the quote unquote Harbinger. What does Harbinger mean? Let's give it a nice little Google, boys. A harbinger is a person or thing that announces or signals the approach of another. A forerunner of some type. Harbinger is something that gives an anticipatory sign of what is to come. So they're the bringer of new things. Oh yeah, maybe Cortana is the Harbinger. And that's what that guy was talking about. I don't know his fucking name. A lot to think about. A lot to think about for sure. I won't say that this made me more hyped for Halo Infinite, and I'm not going to say it made me less hyped for Halo Infinite. I would say I'm about the same. It didn't move me one way or the other. There's a couple things that I saw that I didn't really agree with, like sprint, and the weapon bloom kind of scares me a little bit. I don't know how that's going to really affect your guns in multiplayer. I really hope that it doesn't make it so that you have to slow down your shots like the DMR from Reach. I doubt that they would do that. I really doubt that they would do that because no one liked that. Not a single person I know was like, "Oh, I'm so excited. There's Bloom." So I doubt that they would have it cause such an effect. But who knows? 343 has been known to do some dumb shit in the past. The grapple hook I think is a really cool idea, especially since it's an equipment rather than like thrusters and or jetpacks and previous Halo titles. I think using it as a power equipment, like an overshield or a bubble shield or something like that, I think that's cool. And those are only they in the article they said, let me pull up the article. Halo art. Oh. So they said that blah blah blah. Where is it? Okay. So in the article they said that how it's gonna look. Okay, Halo has always been defined by its quote sandbox, the collection of weapons, vehicles, characters that fuel the emergent gameplay and freeform encounters throughout the campaign. Halo Infinite Team, blah blah bloop, blip blop, blip blurpers. The campaign demo showcases 2 pieces of new equipment. So that means there's gonna be more. That means there's gonna be more. If they would have said showcases the new pieces. They said 2, which since it's like so specific, definitely leads me to believe that there's gonna be more than just a grapple hook and a drop wall. Portable shield, blah blah blah. Grapple shot, yep. Get up close. This is like the most important part of this entire article to me. The entire, like, everything else is just kind of fluff. The most important part of this entire article is this right here. These last 2 sentences. And yes, these new additions to the sandbox will carry over to multiplayer. I read that and I almost fucking cried. Because I was like, no, you fucking assholes. Why? Why do you keep adding armor abilities to games when no one wants them? And then they hit you with the however. When you get hit with the however, bro, boom. However, what? However, they'll function a bit differently as equipment items. Equipment items? What do you mean, 343? What do you mean equipment items? Keep reading. That can be picked up on the fucking map. Perfect. Perfect. Make it something that we fight over for strategic advantage rather than everyone just grappling around like fucking Batman. So much better. So much better. So much more balanced. For it to be on the map and one person has it, that guy dies, he gets maybe 2 grapples. I don't know how it'll work. He gets 2 grapples, or maybe it's unlimited grapples. But you kill the guy with the grapple, now you grapple. You pick it up. But the fact that they said 2 leads me to believe there's other things, like maybe they bring back a regen, maybe they bring back a power drain, maybe they bring back a lot of things that like the flare. I don't know. Flare was never really used, but you know what I'm saying. So the fact that they said 2 definitely leads me to believe that there's more new things as far as equipment goes. So yeah, a lot of stuff to think about. I would say I'm still as excited as I was. This is an awful picture. This is an awful picture. I don't like this picture. Kind of looks like Roblox. But this one looks good. This one looks really good. Also, I wonder if there's like a dynamic day and night on the Halo ring. Like, what if this is the Halo ring at dawn or dusk? I don't know if those words mean the exact same thing, and I just said the same thing twice, but like early in the morning or late in the evening. Like, what if as you play throughout the game, if you stay in one place long enough, the sun rises and sets, and this is just how it looks in the early morning or at sunset. Be interesting. Can you imagine running around at night like that? That'd be cool. Or maybe there's special missions that you have to complete at night. I'm going off on a fucking tangent, dude. Maybe none of that's possible. I don't know. This looks good. This picture looks good. Sunlight shining through the cracks of the Halo ring. That's dope. Every single one of these pictures look like they're around the same time of day, though. Maybe not this one. This one looks like it's more like noonish. Definitely not this one. Well, I'd just be facing a different direction. In the other clip where you see the battle rifle, it looks really good. It looks really good. It looks like the Halo 2 battle rifle. See if I can find that video. Halo Infinite. This is a picture of it. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. I love that design. The scope's a little bit different. A little bit more modernized. But that's a sexy battle rifle. And maybe, like Nate had said earlier, you could switch that scope out to like the Halo 5 scope or something like that. It definitely looks like it can be looks more excuse me, functional. Or it's like changing things about it. This shit might get annoying. It's taking up a lot of real estate on the screen. But I don't know. I'll have to wait and play it. There has to be a beta within the next, I would say, 2 to 3 months. I would be shocked if they released this game without a beta. Yeah, that's my thoughts right now. Not any more hyped than I was, not any less hyped than I was, just kind of the same. Still very much looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to see what they do with multiplayer. I mean, there's so many different things they can do with multiplayer. I mean, imagine if Forge World is this entire map or something, you know, something like that. It'd be crazy. There's so many things they can do with multiplayer. I was talking in Discord earlier. I mean, you might be able to have playlists that are literally the exact same physics as Halo 3 or Halo 2. We don't really know the scope of Forge, and Forge is become a huge part of the multiplayer experience as far as community maps, stuff like that. And you know, like I said earlier, it's possible that Forge maps in this game are to the point where you can't tell the difference between a Forge map and a map made by developers. That they're identical. You couldn't tell the difference, which would be really cool. We'll just have to wait and see. We will just have to wait and see. But I'm still very much excited for this game. But yeah. I would say the biggest letdown was probably Sprint. When I saw him walk out of the Pelican, I'm like, oh. I was sitting there with bated breath, like, don't you fucking do it. Don't you fucking do it. And then he sprinted and I went, oh. Oh. No. But kind of expected that. I mean, There's just Sprit and Halo now, boys. That's just the way it is.